Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my March TBR. So I cannot believe that it is already March. It is February 29th when I'm filming this, and also I needed to put this disclaimer before we begin because I am literally moving tomorrow. So the background, just disregard because things are everywhere, it's crazy, and it's a mess, but I really wanted to sit down and film my March TBR because I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get my new bookshelf set up, so I wanted to go ahead and talk about my reading plans for this month. I also wanted this to be a cozy little chat. It is freezing outside, it is gloomy, and I have my hot tea, and I am just all cozy. I want you guys to stay cozy, and let's just talk about our reading plans for March. I want to start off with the two books that I'm in the middle of because I know that I'm not going to be able to finish them today, so they're therefore not going in my February wrap-up, and hopefully they will be within my March wrap-up. So the first book is on my Kindle. It's an ARC, and it is My Lucky Charm by Courtney Walsh. This is the second in the Holidays with Heart series. I read My Phony Valentine, I think at the beginning of 2023, and I now have the second one. I know that it's already out, but I had this as an ARC, so I really want to finish it and get my review up. It is really fun. I'm only about 25% in. It's a very sweet, wholesome romance. There's a hockey player involved, and he is tasked with getting a babysitter, which is where our female main character comes in. So it's really fun. It's short, it's sweet. This is also a no spice romance. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely check out Courtney Walsh because she's great. And I'm really enjoying this one. The second book that I'm trying to finish is The Library of Shadows by Rachel Moore. I have this on Libby, so I do have the Kindle copy, but I also have the audio, and I'm just really listening to the audio right now. It is really good. It's like a paranormal ghost YA preparatory school vibe. It's really fun. So I am only 10% into that one on the audio as well, so super not far at all. I just thought I would mention those two because I definitely want to finish those within the month of March. So that's kind of our immediate TBR and what I'm reading right now. In terms of other books that I want to read this month, one of those being a very exciting book because I am leading a local book club, and I picked One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig to read for book club. I'm so excited. This has been on my radar actually for a while, and then I just never got to pick it up, but I wanted to pick this up for book club because I thought it would be really fun. I thought that some of the conversations that we could have around it would be really interesting, as well as it's a duology instead of a series. So I feel like that's a little bit less intimidating to people in a book club. So excited about it. I'm so excited to get to lead it. It's going to be so fantastic. So that I do not have currently in my possession, but it will be read in the month of March. Another fantasy that I want to read in March is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I know that her new book, A Fate Inked in Blood, just came out, but I really wanted to read the first of the series, especially because it's a very short start to a fantasy series, and I'm just really intrigued. This is definitely calling my name. So I want to hopefully get to this in March. This sounds really fun. The blurb on the back says, "What if you fell in love with the one person you'd sworn to destroy?" We love. This is definitely going on the March TBR. I'm excited to see Danielle L. Jensen's writing and to start a new series. Next up, I actually have a thriller, which I don't know if you guys remember in my last vlog, but I talked about how I'm not really a thriller person, but for some reason I read a thriller a few weeks ago, loved it, and now I want one more. So I decided to put She Started It by Cian Gilbert on my March TBR. I got this from Book of the Month whenever I used to have Book of the Month, and it's just a summertime thriller, which is what I feel like I want in March. So this is definitely right up my alley there. We have Poppy, who I think is an Instagram influencer. Her and her friends go to the Caribbean, and I think Poppy goes missing or something happens, and the mystery unfolds from there. But it sounds like a really fun tropical setting, a fun thriller. I feel like it will be a really good transitional book for March. So this is also going on the TBR. Next up, we have Game On by Cerestia Glass. I keep mentioning this literally in the past 3 videos. So it needs to get read. It's going on the TBR. I think that it's also another fun transitional spring summer book, and it's very fluffy. It'll be fun, and I just really love the cover, and I I love the premise of gaming. So this is definitely going on my TBR this month. I really want to try and read this because I keep talking about it. I keep putting it on a TBR and it needs to be done. So I'm feeling like March is the month, and let's cross our fingers that I'm able to get to this one. I have 3 more books on my TBR, and then I want to talk about like 2 hopefuls that may or may not be read in the month of March. The next book I want to talk about is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This will definitely be like my actual first venture into Lauren Asher. I read Throttled by her back in 2022, and I didn't really love it. It wasn't the writing style, I just didn't really like the characters in that book, so I'm hoping that I really enjoy the Dreamland Billionaire series. Obviously starting out with The Fine Print, I'm very excited. We all know I love billionaire romances, and I'm also a Disney girl, okay? So the theme park aspect of this book really intrigues me, and I really hope that I like it. Also, his name is Rowan. That's all I need to know, okay? Immediate. On the TBR. Okay, next up is actually another romance, and I don't know what made me want to put this on my March TBR, but it was just calling to me from my TBR cart. And that is I Wish I Knew Then by Jessica Peterson. The author actually sent this to me, so thank you so much to Jessica. But this is a second chance romance. It's also set in a small town on the beach. So this is just also giving like very big summer vibes. The beach, the small town, the second chance romance. I was just gravitating towards it, so we are going to pick this up this month, hopefully. It's also very short. It looks really fun. She met the male main character when she was like 18, and they grew up going to this beach together during the summer, and then something happens, they don't see each other, and it's like a decade later when they run into each other again. We all know I love that trope. I love that storyline, I love that trope, and I think this is going to be really fun. I've also never read anything from Jessica Peterson before, so I'm excited to see what I think of her writing and to give her books a chance. So this is going on the March TBR as well. Okay, and the last physical book that I have, you guys are going to die because I know so many people have been wanting me to read this book, and anytime I talk about it, people in my DMs or in comments are like, you need to read that book, and that is none other than 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know why I haven't read this. I genuinely downloaded this on my Kindle back in 2020, tried to read it, couldn't get into it, put it down, never picked it back up. And I think that's just because I wasn't a super big fantasy reader back then, so I think I was a little bit confused. But now that I have read a lot more fantasy, I feel like this is not going to be confusing to me, and I think that I'm really going to like it. So this is also going on the TBR. It's a very high priority book, so I definitely want to try and get to this book this month, especially because it's a fun YA fantasy. There's heists, there's found family, there's friendship. Everything I love is in this book, and I just cannot wait. I cannot wait because I really think I'm going to love it, and I think that this is going to be a top favorite duology. That might be ambitious for me to be saying that now, but I really think that it's going to be a 5-star read. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what I think. Oh my gosh, I get so excited thinking about it because I just know that it's going to be a 5-star read for me, but that's also daunting because part of me is like, oh, I don't want to read it yet because like I don't want it to be over. I don't know, make it make sense, but that's going on the TBR nonetheless. All right, and the last 2 books that are hopefuls for this month, they're not on the set TBR, but they kind of are. If I have time, I really want to get to these books, but I also don't have them with me physically right now. So we're just going to talk about them. The first book is Reckless by Elsie Silver. I finished Powerless by Elsie Silver in February. Absolutely loved it, so be excited for the wrap up where I gush about it. And I really want to continue on with the series. So Reckless is next, and I really want to try and pick up that book in the month of March. I know that I have a lot of romance on my TBR anyways, but if I'm feeling like I want to pick up another romance, I really want to try and read Reckless by Elsie Silver so that I can finish it. This is also about Theo and Winter. Theo is a professional bull rider, so I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to see Winter's story, because if you know, you know. I'm excited to see how she is in a romance. We will see nonetheless. I really love the Chestnut Spring series, and I want to finish the series this year. So Reckless is definitely a hopeful, and my other hopeful is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I talked about this at the beginning of this video, but I actually received a gifted copy of the book, and it is absolutely stunning. So if you haven't bought that book, please go buy it because the sprayed edges, beautiful. It is such a stunning book, but I have heard nothing but good things about that. That is also a new series by Danielle L. Jensen. Obviously it's the first book in the series, but it's new and I want to try it out. I do, like I said, have the physical copy. It is now somewhere in a box and I haven't unpacked it, so that's why I don't have it physical. Those are the books that I want to read for the month of March. March is going to be kind of a crazy month for me. Obviously, like I said, I'm moving tomorrow, so it will be filled with a lot of packing, unpacking, and get excited because the next video will be a bookshelf tour. I'm so excited, you guys. I am so excited to put together some new shelves and organize all of my books and share it with you guys. So be on the lookout for that. I'm so excited for that video. Those are my plans for the month of March. Let me know down below if you have either read any of these books and what you think, or what's on your March TBR, because you know I love to add more books to my never-ending TBR, and I want to know what you guys are reading. So that is all for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, and I will leave my Goodreads and my Instagram down below, and you can go follow me on there so that we can be friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be on BookTube. I don't know if you can tell, but it has just really been my passion recently, and I love you guys so much. I love this community. I will never get tired of saying that, and I need to go now before I start crying thinking about it. All right, you guys are the best. Bye.